Hi and welcome to Petrolheads London. If you've not tuned in before, my name is Tom and this is my YouTube channel about cars and bikes, and mostly the ones which I own and events in which I attend. This is my weekly update, 5 at 5. 5 minutes at 5 PM, uploaded every Wednesday. Please remember, the first person to comment will get a shout out, so a big thank you to Daniel French who commented on last week's video. Please remember to get your comment in and I will give you a shout out on next week's video. So anyway, on to the news. The first thing today, Isle of Man TT. So the last time I'm going to mention that this year. Wow, what a race. Now if you've not watched any of this and you tune into me because you prefer the car stuff, it's all on replay on ITV4 I believe, on the hub. Go and have a look at it. Honestly, the seniors race was epic. Because of the weather they've been having, they've had a dry circuit laying down loads of rubber all week and the week before for the qualifying. There have been some blistering paces. So this takes me to the final race, is known as the seniors race if you're not familiar with it. Peter Hickman, I've written it down otherwise I always forget, sorry, Dean Harrison and the local lad Connor Cummings from Isle of Man were kind of all in the running for this one. Now, Peter Hickman not only won, he also got a 135.492 miles an hour lap record. He is officially the fastest man ever in the Isle of Man. If you compare that back to the days of when Carl Fogarty was there, I think he was lapping at around about 120 miles an hour, early 120 miles an hour, right? And, you know, okay, that's 15 plus years ago, but wow, an absolute blistering pace and like quite something to watch when you see them handling those bikes over a street circuit basically, you know, normal tarmac, no race conditions. I mean, obviously they had great weather, but I think that's going to be a really hard one to beat. I can't see, unless we have, you know, exactly this kind of like weather conditions, then it will be a very tough one for them to beat. But anyway, worth watching. What a great Isle of Man TT. Gutted I wasn't be able to make it there this year. He won that also, I think, with a real kind of like ground was laid down for him after he won the Superstock on the Monday. So yes, a great season for Peter Hickman. So the next one for me is the Canadian Grand Prix. Now, a big sigh. This is normally something that Hamilton actually has done really well at. Man, did he have an off day this time. Not a good Grand Prix for him. Generally, I didn't think a particularly exciting Grand Prix overall. And to top it off, there was a mess up with the flag waving, which under current regulations means if the flag is waved, even by mistake, you have to end the race. So it was ended 2 laps early. I mean, a little bit shambolic. And on top of that, luckily, even though it was ended 2 laps early, there was no change in position after that waving of the flag because other guys hadn't realised that happened. So, yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one there. We'll have to see how things pan out on that. Up and coming events, we have got the 24-hour Lemans. This is an event I've attended quite a few times in the past and no plans to attend it in the next year or two. Again, probably worth tuning into and worth a watch. And for me, is a real show of the stamina of some of the supercars and sports cars that we have today that are really adapted for this endurance race. And it's not only an endurance of the machine, but also the man as well. So again, worth watching in. I'll be hopefully looking at some of the results of that into next week's. Finally, just takes me to some of my videos. Firstly, apologies, I've had a few delays in my videos. Life has been very busy and I've not been able to get out all the ones I wanted. I do have a great video up and coming, so please stay tuned. It will go out this Friday at 6 PM, so please stay tuned to watch that one. Final thing for me to mention in my last 30 seconds is motorcycle kit. The weather is hotting up. I'm getting hotter in my kit. I mentioned this before. I'm starting to do a bit of research into what's good out there in terms of mesh jackets. Stuff's moved so far forward in terms of technology for motorcycle kit to make it not only breathable but also safe. And I'm seeing some really interesting stuff out there in terms of mesh jackets. So hopefully bring you some content around that stuff soon. Anyway, that kind of draws me to a bit of a close on today's 5 at 5, or this week's 5 at 5. Please remember, comments below, thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down as well. I'm always looking for ways to improve, so appreciate your comments. Remember, first person to comment will get a shout out on next week's video. Thanks for watching Petrolheads London. Please subscribe for loads of great content to come. Cheers.